know what time it is.
Boom shakalaka. Yo, here comes the Chief Rocker.
All right.
Okay, right. All right, it's our first Boom Shakalaka, and we're going to Boom Shakalaka like it's golden, Chaveevah.
Absolutely.
We have the police chief here for the very first time, and we hope that you'll be coming back soon, but welcome today.
I am so thrilled to have been invited, and I'm happy to be a part of the show.
Well, great.
All right. Yes, really taking some time out of your busy schedule to sit down with us and talk about some things. But first we want to say, hey folks, there's always something good going on the North End.
And everywhere else in the Cedar Valley. And you know this.
Yes.
And today our set may look a little pure and sanitized because Ed and Agnes have wiped everything down, and we've just taken our masks off.
Yes.
Masks off.
And we're socially distant.
Yes.
And,
So we hope that you're doing the same thing out there because there is a pandemic. You know, a lot of people want to argue about it.
Yes.
And we have the mayor here, and he's all masked up. So just come on in and join us. Join us. You know how we roll. Absolutely. Yes, we have the mayor here. Yay!
All right.
Mayor Quentin Hart in the house. And a boom shakalaka to you, dear sir.
No, boom shakalaka.
No arm
right.
brace?
No.
Wow.
That's what I noticed different.
Wow.
I'm ready
Hardly
now.
recognize
I'm
you.
ready now.
Okay.
It's on. It's
And you
on.
have a customized mask.
Yes. Let me see. I do.
Okay.
So, how's everyone?
We are
Fine.
doing well. We're
Yep.
doing well. We
Happy to be here.
yeah, we were just telling everybody how there's always something good happening on the North End.
There is, because it's
Everywhere else in the Cedar Valley.
everywhere else in the Cedar Valley.
That's right.
Know it.
We want to tell you birthday people to hang in there because we got a solo coming from these two. We're going to have a quartet, harmony. You guys, who's got the bass? You
He has the bass.
Yeah, right.
Chaveevah got the. We're going to hold down the soprano.
the bass.
Okay. We hear that you guys are in a fundraiser for my daughter Chastity and Royal Legacy Christian Academy.
That's correct. On the 25th, I believe it is.
Yes.
Be a nice bucket challenge.
Yes.
I'm looking very much forward to helping her. And, it's obviously for a great cause. So I think as the police chief and, throwing the mayor under the bus here, maybe he'll get wet again. But I think it's a very small price to pay for a very exponential return.
Oh, great.
He's so prepped, isn't he? Wasn't that great?
He is, yes. And what's your nice speech to say about the bucket challenge?
I'm going to give money.
You're going to.
That way you
pay them
avoid
not
the
to-
ice bucket.
Right. I'm going to pay money and support. So
You can't let him out just paying money.
Okay, well, I'm surprised. Also, I should probably announce now Chastity's going to be waiting for you both outside here after the show today because she wants to get an interview and kind of promote that event. So
Okay.
if you got a couple minutes for her, she'll certainly appreciate it. All right.
Now, we're going to have a great time today, and we always have a great time with our guests. Last week, our guest was Matt Gilbert, social entrepreneur and business attorney.
Yes, and he has
the
a
show
website.
was on fire.
Oh, yeah, it
Show
was.
was on
It was
fire.
a great show. And he talked about his website, Mr. Greatness, and he helps a lot of people, a lot of
Yep.
businesses, a lot of good things that Matt is doing in the community. So make sure you scroll on down and watch that show.
And then just really quickly, and what's good about it too, Matt is so knowledge and versed in so many different areas. So you may have a business idea, you may have a nonprofit idea, you may have a idea on how you believe you can generate capital or help someone. He's really a good person to help maneuver you into the best situation that fits for you. So shout out to Matt.
Yes, we had a small consultation. We had a Zoom call with Matt Gilbert, and I was really enlightened. And, you know, he's
Right.
in our kids' generation.
Yes.
And I just think we did a great thing when we had those people because they are the ones that when we introduced that generation into the world, I'm telling you, they're making some differences.
Yep.
Yeah, making
around.
some fantastic strides.
Right. And Chief Joel, we're going to start out with you. We want to ask you a couple of things that everybody doesn't ask all the time. We're not going to get into your inner psyche or anything, but how are you handling everything that's going on right now? Especially, you know, being here alone, your family's far away, the pandemic is going on, you got race relations, mask, no mask. I mean, are you okay?
I'm okay. It
Okay.
certainly and definitely has been an interesting time to be a police chief. It's sort of survival of the fittest, and many chiefs around the country now are retiring and resigning. And, you know, I think it takes a lot of courage to perform in this industry and to be held to the standards that folks are holding us to. And I think you're really proactive people, and I'm not including myself in this mix, are, you know, doing the things that are necessary to ensure that we're building trust in the community and not further creating a wedge. To the credit of the officers in the city of Waterloo, they've been amenable to change, and I believe, you know, pursuant to the conversations I have with the mayor and other members of the community, that the change is being seen. Perhaps there was officers in the past who wanted to do things a little differently and didn't feel comfortable in doing so, and are now doing those things in the community that I think matter. And I like the changes that I see.
There's been quite a bit of change. When I think about you, I think about the first time I saw you. First, I heard about you being sworn in, and then that same evening, I see you right. I mean, you really hit the ground running, and you were engaged in talking some things out with some protesters, like boom, right then and there. So a lot of rapid change seems to be getting thrown at you. Where would you say things are, I mean, how are things looking right now?
Well, I can tell you I have an advantage. I'm not ignorant to some of the things that the protesters complained about. You know, I grew up obviously as a black man, so I certainly understand that there are criticisms and complaints that we have as a community that, you know, have really affected, you know, the black community as a whole. It gives me insight into it, although that doesn't absolve me from obviously answering the questions about what we're doing in policing and why and the mistakes we've made. So the example I like to set is one of engagement, one of listening. And I think the night you mentioned in particular, I exercised the ability to use both ears that God gave me and not so much of this.
Oh, you sure did, because it was quite admirable. I thought you really put yourself out there, didn't bring backup. You had the mayor sitting over there, but I think
was
he
hurt,
was
so
in
he
pain.
wasn't no backup.
So, but he,
I was like,
yeah,
let him go.
You were there. Yeah.
He's good.
I loved it. I loved it. I was at home and just really taken aback that you actually went out there and did that.
Well, I think one of the other things is, you know, people see us out there. They see us. Some people mask and some people not. And we're not over this coronavirus situation. You see this mask here and that mask that the mayor has, and we'll remind everyone that social distancing is important, but having a mask and wearing it, moreover, is you know, of the utmost importance. And I'll just give you an example. I mean, that night, obviously, there was a lot of close contact with individuals.
There
and,
was.
you know, that's another added thing to think about. Obviously, you're in a crowd, and you stayed home, as you said.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think that it was important for people to see me, albeit all the other variables that are going on, right in the mix, so to speak, and not dodging or avoiding interaction with our people in this city, no matter what their demographic.
Well, good. And we have some other questions for you. But think, Chaveevah, we're going to jump over to the mayor because we know you got some. I mean, the city's awful quiet. We want to ask you what's really going on.
Quiet is good.
Good, right? I mean, are you staying busy
So-
with work in your office, or is there anything you need to announce to us?
One, we're going to continue ramping up our census efforts.
Yes.
Right now, if there was one example of how important it is to have an accurate count, it's when the division of the resources and dollars that come late. If those that had reached out for our community development that were able to take their business and maybe be able to get some funding or apply, that's because of the population count. So the more people that are counted, the more resources that comes back to this community from the way it's divided up. Economic development, surprisingly, we had a pretty good year. We had about over $161 million worth of permitted valuation, which is a great thing. It's our second highest year in a COVID year, from the
Wow.
Best Western to developments that you're starting to see happen all throughout the community. So I'm glad. I'm glad the chief is here as well. We're moving this place forward and change. Some people may not like it, the way we're doing it, but it's getting done.
How is Waterloo doing as far as moving ahead with the census?
Well, we're doing all right. We're going to do some things. Agnes, as you know, here we have some plans and programs coming up over the course of the next couple of weeks to really pick up our efforts. I think the three of you would be some great voices too on any type of promotion or any type of ask to the citizens to be counted. So we're going to be reaching out to you, celebrities, and to the normal
go
folks in
on.
this community. When she says go on, she doesn't mean stop, she means
Oh, really?
continue, go on.
Yeah.
But we're going
Funny. Well, good. Yeah, we'll do whatever we can, within reason. The definition of that, right? Right. Oh, see, he wants to sing, and just because of that, we shared our My Waterloo Day video. We was jamming. We had
You
a good
did- you
time.
did all
and
right.
then I know, but who won? You didn't, right? We
No,
didn't.
I should've won,
Tavis
though.
won. He did a great job.
Tavis,
But I think, this is North End Update and Friends. You see, I told you we was getting down. We had a good old time that day out in my garden.
Who's that right there? That
That's
wasn't you?
Yolanda. That's Miss Yo. Yeah. And that's Deb Berry. And then we had Glory Dale.
Deb
and-
really wanted to dance.
Oh,
just
she
then.
really- yeah, she's
She
like,
come
"No,
on, video.
We had a daytime and a nighttime version.
Yep.
So
Can't
that
stop,
was
won't stop, day and night.
Right. So go to our wall, check out that video, and you can also see Mayor Hart. He was cutting up. Thought you was back in the 90s, wasn't you?
I was.
Okay.
I was. I had to come back. I got in trouble for bi, though.
You did? Oh, I
They didn't
wondered if
understand it was
people
part
would-
of the Main Street My Waterloo Days lip sync battle, so they just think that the only thing I do all day is sit in my office and do videos.
I know, and I thought it was so cute. I thought Agnes might have had a clip of yours too, but
No,
she
we're
didn't.
good.
No, I loved it. I wanted
We're
to
good,
see you
we're
cutting
good.
up with your hat backwards.
They did not have him singing the right song.
What was it? What
See, he
song?
needed
she did?
MC Hammer.
Oh, okay. Well, see, that's what we were alluding to. See, now you're going to be our police chief. You got to be all as cool as the mayor. If you can put out a video like that, you're going to have to get your own
He was
video.
asked. Remember
Oh, was
that part
he?
in the video back in '94, not long ago, where he
First-
said no.
Okay.
I am
well,
no Montel.
we're gonna get you your video. We're gonna say we got a production crew here. Agnes
you
and Ed'll just.
Ready to edit.
Okay,
The
right.
police-
Exactly.
The police will send an
Exactly.
entry in next year.
Okay.
That I promise you.
Definitely. All right. We love it. We love it. You heard it here on North End Update, y'all. The police chief
indeed.
will be in on it next year. So we want to talk about Give It Air because exposure sometimes is the best disinfectant. It's one of our hashtags. And on our wall, we had a story about the military, Chaveevah.
Oh, yeah, and it was just something that basically, I don't know, I saw it on another friend's wall because I knew there were different things going on
And there
back
it
in.
is. Look at Agnes.
Yeah, there was, the Army was segregated in a lot of ways. But I had no idea that the military police were trying to maintain the segregation on other shores in another country. You're there fighting a war.
I had no idea
But
either.
your biggest thing that you're trying to do is to uphold segregation in England. It got to the point where, you know, where they tried to do instead of it being whites only with their pubs, they changed them to black only because they wanted to interact with the black soldiers, you know, and it was just, I don't know, just another layer of institutionalized racism that, you know, just leaked out even beyond our borders, and it was not.
Right, and I often tell the story of my dad in that segregated, on 1945, he came home and had a trade, he thought, as a baker, and went right here in Waterloo to Wonder Bread, and they weren't hiring black people. And in fact, there were some soldiers that were lynched in their uniform when they got home, you know, from the war. So these are some things that, you know, we don't often learn about or hear about, but to be on another shore and to try to enforce racism in another country, now that's some kind of white
Racism.
privilege.
Yeah,
Racism,
yeah.
right. So,
And
yeah,
unfortunately, yet another instance for people to really take note, the people that are saying, oh, that happened a long time ago. No, it didn't.
right?
It's still happening right now.
Yeah.
It's racism squared.
There you go.
Exactly, exactly. So we just had to give that
Give it
air,
some
y'all.
air, yeah.
One more thing we want to talk about, and we're going to ask your opinions and your information on this, because the Washington Redskins, a lot of change coming. Washington Redskins changed their names. What was the latest news on that? Have you heard? I think they said something else about it
I
today.
don't think did they announce
They
it?
haven't announced
They
a
announced
new
that they were going
name
to.
yet. They've announced, or there's been some scuttlebutt about the different names that they may go to. The Washington Warriors.
Oh.
I am you know, my personal favorite is the one I heard, and that's the Washington Code Talkers.
Oh, now.
Okay.
I like that because I think, you know, that or the Red Tails, for example, are homage to those who were overlooked in many
Yes.
ways, as you spoke about, in the different wars that our countries participated in which people of Native American and Black descent contributed greatly. For the Redskins, though, I'm partial to, moreover, the Code Talkers, just because it would have derived now from almost a stigmatized sort of, you know, racist symbol as a redskin now to something that should be respected.
And positive.
And the positive. And Code Talker,
Yes.
although it doesn't roll off your lips,
Right.
it is still something that I think we owe Native Americans.
Oh,
I was
love
thinking,
it.
because he's a Philadelphia Eagles. I was
Okay.
thinking Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Redskins. So I didn't know what name was going to come out of there, just did what they should name, right?
Okay. Well, there's one fact that we want to share that a lot of people, when I wrote the book Ropes in the Kitchen, Chaveevah, we found out that most African Americans, not all, because Chaveevah is an exception, got their names from their slave owners. So now they changed their name, but this is just a point that some people would be like, well, I never knew that. You can't believe that people don't know this.
Yeah.
So it's just a fact that I wanted to get out there.
It's like Juneteenth. You know, I didn't know Juneteenth existed until I moved to Texas in 2009.
Oh, wow.
So again, you know, there are various parts of our history that have been deleted
Sure.
or perverted in a sense to, you know, not necessarily keep us apprised of everything as it really happened.
Right. So there's all kinds of things that we could lead into with that, but I think we're going to just move along here and talk about our crew because they pretty much rock. Zion and Ed and Agnes.
Yes.
And we want to encourage people to watch us. Do you watch us? Have you watched our show?
I've only seen you once.
Oh, yeah?
But that led me to be a member of now your show. And I'm hoping that I'll be somebody that's invited back, even though I'm with the company that I'm keeping right now. I really hope
You
you
want to
have me
just come
back.
without this guy. You have to have him hanging around.
He's a
No.
member now, or is he a
He's our police. He's a
See, we
popo
have a-
guru.
There you go. So we have different community gurus that kind of keep us abreast of what's going on.
I had to run for a whole election and be on college for 8 years, walk 4 miles to school every day
Okay,
just to
right.
get an education, and swim 3.
Right. Yeah,
But
we
you
had,
got the Waterloo T-shirt on. I didn't even get a Waterloo T-shirt like that.
Courtesy of the Experience Waterloo.
That's right.
That is
Tavis
really
Hall.
Tavis Hall.
Nice
That's
shirt,
right.
Tavis.
There you go,
Absolutely.
Tavis Pop right there from the police chief.
There you go. For real. We want to shout out to Billy Bailey, who donated to North End Update because she sees how we struggle. We want to tell you that our sponsors, you know, we used to go around and ask sponsors for support, and now our sponsors are all in trouble with this pandemic. So you don't fall asleep.
No,
It's
no,
a
I was
long
waiting
day.
to hear
He's
this.
yawning.
No, it
But
didn't
no,
see it on
our
there.
sponsors
He as in
are-
not me, right?
No,
Okay.
you're not. No, he's being. I don't know what to think about you. So our sponsors are in trouble because of the pandemic. They don't have. So we want you to know if you tag us in anything, we will be glad to share it for you and with you.
Yes, we'll be happy to share. And we also especially want to thank Billy just for that acknowledgement of, you know, we're doing this because we love it and we love this community. And it's a fun thing to do. I mean, to me, I just, friends having fun. So, yeah.
So are you in need of more sponsors? So if there's
No, we
sponsors out
just-
there watching?
No, we just want people to just. We're not gonna. You just share. We'll share your stuff for free. But if you want to give us some money, you can do that too.
That's noble. We
Isn't
need
that nice?
sponsors. I
No,
mean,
but we buy strawberries and gifts, and we have giveaways and stuff. So we're
And
gonna
you
yeah,
can
we
reach
need
us.
sponsors.
You can reach us at northendupdate
Update
at
gmail.com.
gmail.com. And when you're on our wall talking about things, you know, we love civil discourse. By all means, we want to talk about all sorts of things.
Right.
But
Ooh.
no name calling, no finger pointing. We can do that without those things, right? Because just not necessary or welcome.
Right. Do you have, like there's a lot of comments that if you put something up that people disagree on, it takes on a life of its own. And I can't follow it. I do my best to follow it, but people get really crazy and they want to call each other names just on the topic of mask and, race. And we want to be a safe place.
Yeah.
But seriously?
Yeah. It's all right if you get in your feelings as long as you know how to express yourself without,
Keep your feelings to yourself.
No.
I'm just playing.
Okay.
Not
We
really.
got to put him on the spot now. You ready?
I'm ready for whatever questions you have.
Okay. So you've been around for a while now, and you've had your chance. And
Sounds like you're leading up to something big.
So we need to know, do you subscribe to the
So,
I have to be completely honest with you.
Yes,
I have
please.
not subscribed. But as of today, I am now a subscriber.
Okay.
As I will sign up and subscribe.
Okay.
And I think, again, you guys have impressed upon me the need to immerse myself not only in the community, but, to support the community economically, and I will do so.
Good. Do it for the culture.
I will
All
do it
right.
for more than just the
That's what we
culture,
say.
because it's the right thing to do.
All right. It looks like our latest issue that was shown up there is a special commemorative
Yes.
issue.
Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
Yes, and it's a good one. And you can actually, there's not a digital version, so you cannot press play on this particular one, but go to thesoultown.com, right? Or call Chillin' Mayor.
at 319-505-4020.
That's right.
All right. I better know that
Still
one.
repping 319.
All right.
Absolutely.
So listen, we want to ask you, Chief, what do we call you? Joel? Chief Police,
You
the
can
Popo.
call me
We will
Joel,
call
you can call me
On the
Chief.
TV.
Chief.
On the TV.
Okay,
I'm going to say
Chief.
Chief Joel.
Chief Joel.
Thank you. You're so gracious.
You're welcome. Thank you. So we want to ask you, how are you, does your work kind of overlap with your home life? That's a question that we kind of wanted to know. Do you have like things that you can, de-stress? What do you do for your leisure, I guess?
It definitely overlaps with my home life just because my wife's police officer as well. My son's a
Oh.
police officer. So, yes, rather than doing the things that we're told not to do, like go home and talk about police work, we do that as a matter of like table talk. So there is no, we don't bring our work home. We do. Although they're not here right now, I find myself in conversations and text strings with my family all the time in reference to what's going on in the world today. The mayor keeps me busy. He's a good man. He's the reason why I am here and researching the city of Waterloo. Of course, you look at the leadership, and he is a strong leader and, above all, a good person. And I can't say enough about having bosses that are who you think they are, who are, you know, every bit interested in the development of this community and the fair treatment of everybody here. So I have to give my props to the mayor on, you know, not only selecting me, but beyond that, having a real heart for the community he grew up in, and you know, going to every extent to ensure that Waterloo's on the map for all the right reasons, and representing us well.
Yes.
You know, we actually first met you, I first met you at event that was held in the
Yes.
park. And that was to just sort of acquaint you and try to help forge a little bit better relations between the police department and the general public. Do you have any plans in the works for any more events of that type?
We do. We had an event 2 nights ago at Burns Park. We will have 2 other events upcoming. They are announced on the website. And my hope is that more citizens in each event come out, ask me the tough questions, get to know me as a person, and become sort of reinvigorated about their feeling toward the police department. We have so many people that support this police department more than you would ever think. But, you know, as the leader of the police department, I want community members to understand that they're supported by, you know, the police, and that police are supported by the community. So it does wonders for this department to see folks come out and for officers to laugh and talk and to race with kids and to yuck it up with citizens and to, again, answer their tough questions, to build the kind of rapport and a sense of procedural justice that, you know, one needs to see in the community. I'm actually in awe, again, at the amount of caring and support that community members have for us.
Great. Now, with your wife and your son being police officers, and with the things that are going on nowadays, is this something you encourage young people to do, or what would you tell a young person that is thinking about a career in law enforcement?
Be the change you wish to see.
Okay.
I challenge young folks out there today to become police officers. I was hired when I was 20, going on 21. You know, I've been in this business upwards of 29 years now, and I can tell you that I feel like I make a difference on a very personal level with a lot of people. And I know that the folks out here that are so passionate about the service delivery that police departments provide, you know, need to look at this as a noble industry and need to be part of that, you know, change within policing that they seek, and they can do it. They can get into departments that are looking to work more with communities. It's not just lock them up and move on to the next case. It is making a difference in every situation where you come into contact with people. It's like sales, you know, positive referrals are everything.
Sure.
Well, in policing, the amount of time you spend solving the problem, making sure it never reoccurs, and then going to the next is important. And kids today, young folks today, have the soft skills to be able to do that. Now they need to look at policing as that noble industry in which they can exercise those muscles.
Right.
How
Without the
difficult
change.
has it been to change the hearts and minds of people whose impression of the police might not be so positive?
I will tell you that in every racially polarized minority community in the United States, there's a feeling of uneasiness and angst because of the historical disparate treatment that police have had in those communities. But with that being said, there are folks in every minority community that want to be a part of this and would like to see the change. It feels good to see the officers who I'm meeting one by one now, and for so many of them to say that they were born and raised in the city of Waterloo. Many people here in the city of Waterloo think that every officer here is from out of town. And I think you would be very surprised to know that there, albeit our department is not as diverse as particularly we'd like to see.
Sure.
Those folks still care very much about what's going on in this community and still really strive to the best of their ability to provide the service in an unbiased manner that they can. Sure, we have our problems like anywhere else, but they, I think they're trusting more in administration, and I think that the people in the community are trusting us more because if someone has a problem, they're letting me know about it, and I'm able to say, hey, yeah, that was a problem, or maybe you're a little bit off base here.
Right.
And that's working for us.
Awesome. And I know we figured we'd probably run over a little bit, but we're going to get to the end of this show. But would you mind looking to see if we have any comments that you might want to share, or maybe Agnes could read them with them? And or I don't know if that's even possible. And if not, just
You want
say
me to go
so.
look?
Or maybe Mayor could look. The other thing we wanted to talk about is, I know it'll take a few minutes, but this Griffin, that's the thing everybody's talking about, and we have a graphic, I think. Because I was wondering, I hated to bring it up, but I think it's a big issue in the community for some reason, and I was wondering why. So here's what we wanted to show the comparison of. Now, the one on the right is the KKK emblem, and the one on the Waterloo Police Department. So what's the difference, and why are people so upset? Is it because of the similarity? What's your take on it as someone looking in? Is it something that is going to be addressed?
Again, I've addressed this. One's a symbol of a dragon, one is the symbol of a griffin. The griffin obviously is a symbol of vigilance. Anyone that's
Okay.
watched a Harry Potter movie, he knows what the griffin is.
Oh, okay.
It's a difficult position because obviously there's a historical perspective of officers that have lost their lives wearing that patch. But then there's also been people wearing the entire uniform that maybe did or didn't treat people with the dignity and respect that they deserve. I think it's unfair to paint with a broad brush everyone in this department as being those people that maybe treated someone poorly in the past. Give us a chance to reestablish ourselves in the community and to make that griffin mean something different.
Okay.
Give us a chance to, as I put to the officers, the griffin is an acronym now, and we've got suggestions. And I think suggestions that when this is all said and done, the entire community will be totally proud of, that the officers have thought of, that will identify griffin with things in the community that are important. Let me go one step further. We've also challenged community members, and I'm going to challenge you now as well. We wear two patches. One of those two patches is going to be a patch that the community has designed for the police department. So I'm asking for submissions. We have maybe 10 to 12 submissions of different patches that the community has designed, and I am asking community members, I am pleading to you, give us more patch ideas, and one of those patches will be the new design. And I'll also honor you in our first commendation ceremony. It's going to be either in late October or early November.
Wow.
And a citizen will get an award for designing our new patch. So
Are you
there's a
talking
lot
to an
going on.
artist here? So
Well,
we're going to have to.
I am not limiting the creativity of anyone here.
Okay, well, I think you've definitely answered that question. And actually, quite frankly, we really hated to bring it to you because I just know for years it's just been something. So I had to Google it and find out, well, what is this?
I know you're pressed for time, but I'll say one other thing. A good friend of mine is a member of the Anti-Defamation League. I sent a copy of the Griffin and the same copy of the symbol that you had up for KKK to the Anti-Defamation League. And they said in no way whatsoever is our symbol of the Griffin identified in any hate groups that they have researched. And we know that like the Southern Poverty Law Center and other organizations that keep excellent statistics on symbols and hate groups, that if ADL is telling us that it's not a hate group symbol, then we need to now be amenable to making it something different for our community. And give me the chance to make it mean something different in the hearts and minds of the community while preserving the fact that we have lost officers to violent crime wearing that patch. So it has a history here, it has a history outside, and we're going to merge those histories with the new patch and with a new direction and culture of this organization.
Okay.
Well, that sounds like a great approach to that question, and we certainly appreciate your thoughtful consideration. And I know you've been probably dealing with it maybe for a while too before he showed up. So how nice to delegate that.
Indeed.
All right.
But the
hopefully
good thing, though, you know, if I get a request or a call, the trust to send that over, and he's not only just going to hold officers accountable, he's also going to hold citizens accountable too, as much as him holding himself accountable as well. So yeah, you just don't give the concerns of the people and your family members over to anybody. I trust him when I give to him that he's going to listen to them fairly and do the research into the situation and let us know exactly what happened in that situation.
Wow. Great. Well, I feel safer already. I know I love waking up when you're running the city, and now I love waking up knowing you're the police chief.
Okay.
All right. Now it's time to let you sing because
Oh.
you're going to do the tenor and you're going to be bass. And we're going to go ahead and sing happy birthday to all of our birthday. Were there any questions, Mayor, or mostly people just shouting out to us?
It was a shout out. Somebody said Matt is an incredible natural leader. Somebody sent the shout out that said Granny and something. I should have remembered that
That's
one.
okay.
Granny, they might have been talking to me.
But they were saying hey, and Jessica sent a shout out and said your video was incredible.
Oh.
Not good as mine, but
Oh,
it was
okay,
incredible enough.
It was fun. We know that. We had a great time that
No,
day.
she just said incredible job.
All right. We want to shout out to Joyce Wilder, who's digging up money as we speak. Have you seen that video? She's at home digging up. She found a whole bunch of quarters in her backyard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You know, back up there and.
That's my money.
Oh, that's right. Okay. All right. We want to say happy birthday to Wes B., Wesley Bates, Camilla Stevens, Tasha Alexander, Lorianne Dale,
Hey, hey.
and Jada Winter, your
My
granddaughter.
grandbaby. Yes, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, all.
Yes, and Mayor.
Randy Hess, Dr. Nafisa Sisse Bonye, who is
Yes.
watching right now and waving.
Hey.
Right. Hey, Dr. Nafisa.
Michael Moorhead, Carolyn Berry, and Judy Ireland.
Yes.
Okay, happy birthday to Dr. Michael D. Blackwell, Edith Porter, Scott Kowelty, Kathy Burkett, and Saida Murphy.
Right, and Randy Hess is my neighbor, and he was really, his nephew is a police officer.
Yes, I
And
recognize the name.
Yeah, and so I told him that I would ask you to sing just especially to him. Go.
Happy birthday
Oh, see,
to
he's a good sport.
you.
Oh, my God.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mr. Hess.
Right?
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, a
All right.
policeman that can sing.
Hey, there you go.
Wow.
A policeman
How
that
about
can
that?
sing or that sings?
That will sing. Thank you. Whichever.
We'll see at
I'm
karaoke.
glad he's brilliant. I'm glad he's brilliant versus oh, gosh.
Mayor, you got to step up now. See?
Okay,
Oh,
now
I'm
we
good.
get to do the
It's your
unison.
turn.
He
I'm
did
very
it.
good
It's-
right
and
now.
now
I'm
we're
not
gonna
singing
sing
by
some
myself.
guy.
I'm a teammate.
I know. We're
So
gonna,
it's all, we're singing
we're
all
gonna
together.
harmonize, and we're gonna.
Okay, before you start singing,
Okay.
Riddell Wells Jr. says happy birthday to all. Enjoy.
Oh,
Hey,
he
hey.
always
Lisa
does.
says thank you all, and then she included a laughing face.
Okay.
Yes. Happy birthday.
Michael D. Blackwell says happy birthday. Denal Zink says happy birthday. Scott Kowalhi says thanks for the wishes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
There you go.
All right.
right.
Those birthday people, we love that you're watching. Thank you. And we're going to sing the Stevie Wonder version,
Okay.
our
Yes.
favorite kind, and we're going to, and it goes, something like this. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday, happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
All right.
Yay, Chastity is here.
There we go.
All right. Well, again, it's been another wonderful show. We went over, but it was so worth it.
Yes, we really appreciate you, Joel, for all of the good information that you gave us and just making yourself available to talk about some things that are difficult. And you know, we always welcome and love to have our dear Mayor Hart.
Yes.
So,
Couldn't think of a better person to share it with, so thank you. Thank you, too, for being incredible as well.
Oh, go on.
And those back there,
Thank you to your production as well.
absolutely.
Yes, indeed.
Exactly. Well, thank you. And as usual, we want to encourage our viewers to keep doing more of what makes you awesome, like these guys.
yes, because you know, it makes us all look good.
See you next time.
Yep.